Hi, it's Mindy. I'm here in my kitchen and I'm going to show you how to make homemade mayonnaise. On keto, we have to really watch our vegetable oils. We want to avoid the vegetable oils because those are the highly processed oils that are full of omega-6 fatty acids, and we're already out of balance, most of us, with our omega-6s. We get too many of them. And most commercially bought mayonnaise contains soybean oil. Even if it says it's olive oil mayo, it's still going to have soybean oil as one of the components. So the answer to that is to make your own mayonnaise. And you know, it sounds really hard, but it's not. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do it two ways, and this is actually going to be the very first time I have made mayonnaise with butter. I've made it with olive oil lots, but I've not made it with butter, and it's going to be an experiment, so we'll see how it works. Okay, so the first one we're going to make is going to be an olive oil mayo. We want to use a light olive oil. If you use an extra virgin olive oil, it tastes heavy and has a real heavy feel to it, mouth feel to it. So I used a light colored olive oil, which is like a second pressing, which isn't quite as healthy, but it tastes better for this application. You could also use avocado oil in this, and a lot of people like avocado oil in there. The other thing that I'm going to use is some bottled lemon juice, which is not the best tasting. It kind of tastes metallic if you're going to taste it, to eat it, but it translates well in this recipe. I think it is more acidic than fresh squeezed lemon juice, and so it makes the mayonnaise taste a little better. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice to my egg yolks. I have 2 egg yolks in my bowl. I already cracked and separated those. So I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more than a tablespoon, but not much more at this point. Tablespoon of lemon juice and a teaspoon of dried mustard powder. I suspect you could use fresh mustard or prepared mustard in this too, because it would just be an extra added liquid. Now I'm going to use my little hand mixer here and just mix that up really nicely. It's going to get kind of loud, so I'll try to talk louder. And I just want it to start foaming up. Okay, now it's starting to foam. I'm going to go ahead and add a dash of cayenne pepper. Maybe 2 dashes. And a pinch or 2 of salt, and I'm using some pink Himalayan salt, and I may add more later, but I don't want to get too much to start with because we don't want it to be, sorry, I got to reach across there. I don't want it to be too salty. So I'm going to blend it again. Alright, now here's the tricky part. Now you don't have to use a handheld mixer. I'm just doing this to show you that you can do it if this is what you have in your cabinet. It works really well. You could use a whisk if you wanted to. You could use a bigger, like I have 2 KitchenAid mixers in my kitchen, so you could use those, but you'd need to make a larger batch because otherwise your beater's not going to reach the bottom. Or you could use a stick blender. A lot of people use the immersion blenders. So, but I'm going to, and some people use their food processor or a blender, like a regular blender too. But I'm going to go ahead and just do this kind of the old-fashioned way with a handheld electric mixer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle the olive oil in slowly, and I want to watch to make sure I don't get an oil slick on top. I want it to emulsify with the egg yolk. that's it. I mean, we've made mayonnaise. So let me grab a tasting spoon here and see what I need to adjust. Isn't that pretty? Look. Okay. It's a little more salty actually than I would want it to be, which I'm kind of surprised. But I'm going to go ahead and stir in just a little bit more olive oil. A little bit more lemon juice in it because I like my mayonnaise to be a little tangier. And it's kind of heavy right now. So I'm going to just add a little bit more lemon juice. Let me measure that. I think I'll add like another tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and blend that in. Grab another spoon to taste with here. Oh yeah, that's good. That'll do. It's very tart. Make my mouth water. And it's not real thick because I thinned it down with the lemon juice. But if you don't want that much lemon and you want it to be a little bit thicker and heavier, that's okay too. Now you can store this in your refrigerator. I put it in a little pint mason jar and keep it in my refrigerator. You can store it for a week or so in the refrigerator, but you want to use up fresh made mayo pretty quickly. That's why it's good to start with a small batch if you're not going to use a lot of it. I'm going to use this one to make a salad dressing out of. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so while I've got you here, I'm going to go ahead and make my second batch of mayo with the butter that I have standing by. It's melted, but it's not hot. I put in a teaspoon of mustard powder, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of lemon juice and just a smidge more than a tablespoon of lemon juice. And I may have to remelt my butter there. You guys like my vintage spoons there? I'm going to remelt my butter just a tiny bit. No, I think it's alright. It's liquidy down underneath. Yeah, I'll give it a 10 seconds in the microwave just to loosen it up a little bit. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, loosened it up just a little bit, that way it doesn't stick to the sides. Alright, I'm going to start and I'm going to go ahead and beat this together here. Just calmly. Pinch of salt here, pinch or two, and a dash of my cayenne pepper, which is my absolute favorite pepper, one of them anyway.